Hi, welcome back to our biography series. Today we're talking about a preacher in Guatemala named Diego Hernandez Mendez. Mendez is not an uncommon name. That's one of my wife's last names. And if you know anything about the Latin people, you know they have a lot of names. His wife's first name is Elena. In fact, her name is Elena Lopez Perez. So her name then would be Elena Lopez Perez Hernandez because she's married to him. So who knows how many other names she uses. Looks like they've got 5 children at the time this application came in, which was in the year of 2001. So we've been blessed to be affiliated with this brother now for 15 years. Let me read his biography or his testimony to you. Diego says, I accepted Jesus Christ in 1975. I was about 10 years old when my parents spoke to me of the gospel of Jesus. They had already accepted Christ. And when I received him, I felt the washing away of my sins, and now I am enjoying the blessings of the Lord. When I was 20 years old, I began studying at the Esdras Bible Institute. After my graduation, the Lord put me to pastoring a church, and since then, I'm working in the ministry of the Lord. My wife was saved at age 16 and also graduated from Esdras Bible Institute. And that's a school that used to be located just outside the town Huehuetenango in northwestern Guatemala. They've since moved somewhere, I'm not quite sure. He says, I'm actively and consistently involved in church or involved in training others for the ministry. I have started 3 churches and led 50 people to Christ. We hold open-air evangelistic meetings, disciple our converts, and we take the gospel to the slums. My work is with the Mam tribe, which is a part of the Mayan people. We are from the western part of Guatemala, along the border with Mexico and the Pacific Ocean. I speak Spanish and the Mam language. I've also trained 3 men who are now serving in the ministry. Your financial assistance will improve our living conditions and will help us reach more souls for Christ. We need some support for transportation to visit other areas to carry the gospel to those who need Christ. My people mostly live high up in the mountains, so we have to rent mules or ride buses to walk, or ride buses or walk to get to the villages and towns so we can preach the gospel to them. Many have never heard unless we go to them, and that is why we need your help. Listen, he's not exaggerating when he says that they need these places. I've been up there in those mountains and driven trucks, 4-wheel drives, as far as you can drive, which may take 3 or 4 hours, and then you have to get out and walk for another 3 or 4 hours. So they're very, very remote. Oftentimes have no schools, no education for the kids. They subsist on whatever they can grow at these extremely high elevations, and quite often they're above the tree line. So even something like firewood is precious to them. They have to go halfway down the mountain to get it. But there's people living up there. And the only way to get there is either by walking, riding a mule, or using a helicopter, and they can't afford a helicopter. So they find where their villages, and generally when they're evangelizing one village, there may be somebody there who listens to them who's from another village. And he'll introduce himself and say, I'm from such and such village over on the other side of that mountain. And they'll head off with him there to go to that village. So they may be gone from their home for days at a time or weeks at a time. That's why we try to support them. If they're having to work in a factory or driving a taxi or something like that, they can't go out to those places. They've got to get back home, get an hour's sleep before they get up and go to work the next day. But by supporting these men full time, they're able to go and go and go and go. And while they're going, they're winning souls to Christ, establishing churches and training men for the ministry who will do just like they're doing until eventually everyone's heard the gospel. So if you're interested in helping this brother or another one like him, follow the link at the bottom of this video, and it'll take you where you need to go to get all the information you need. I hope you'll consider doing that. It'll be a big help for them. Thanks so much.
We work in the church, holy societies, with youth, women, children, and evangelizing also the people. Thanks to God, the ministry has been very effective, and many have accepted Christ, and the churches have grown. So then, I have that wish in my heart to serve the Lord, even though there are problems in life, there's struggle in life, but I am happy serving the Lord, working with the brothers, with strength, with courage. So then, the church has been very blessed by the Lord.